I don't pretend to know exactly how our civilization will fall, but what I do know is that when it happens, the robots will surely be behind it. I've written many letters to the scientists at Bungle about this subject, but what do I get back? An automated response. I'm sorry, listeners, but it's already too late. Let's just try and vibe it out.
Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel and welcome back to 2 Point Campus. We are here in a brand new campus, Urban Bungle, a new frontier in advanced technology and minimalist design, developed in a hurry from the chaotic mind of Bungle's own Sophie Nova. Rumour has it that Miss Nova has become obsessed with building better, more automated robots, work with Bungle technologies and utilise their vast resources to realise Sophie's dream and build the campus of tomorrow today. Our courses are robotics, scientography, virtual normality and internet history, and our student intake is 40. Wow! Okay, let's get started and see what she wants us to do. So, we meet again. This time it's me who needs your help with robotics. Isn't it funny how things work out? I developed this little facility after all that fun at Mitten University, but I soon realised we were missing one key ingredient. Students, and you, of course. Together, I'm certain that we can make a world-class factory, an exemplary campus, and lots of robots. Okay, what do we need to do? We need 2 lecture theatres, 1 science lab, an internet history teacher, 2 scientography teachers, and a virtual normality teacher. So I'm going to put these in, we're going to jump ahead, and then we're going to see what the next objective is. Alright, we're back. We've spent most of our budget, but we have our scientography lab here, and I've put in everything, as you will see when I go into this scientography tab, everything that is required for this course to succeed, apart from stuff that we need in our library. So that should set up that course pretty much for life, for all of the assignments that are required and all of that other sort of stuff, which is really nice. We've also hired our teachers, and I made sure this time, because we're at the end of the academic year, that I could make sure that I had the required traits and stuff like iron bladder, all of that sort of stuff. No negative traits, we just let things run through until we got enough applicants. I've got both of my lecture theatres here. They're room prestige level 6 and they're pretty good. We then put in 2 dormitories to get us started, and our library here is very basic, but I decided that that was necessary to get us underway. So we're going to start our new year. I did upgrade our scientography course as well, so let's get started. We need to upgrade 10 items, complete the School of Thought course research project, have an average dormitory rating of 90% and a monthly profit of 40,000. So we do need to build another dormitory right off the bat, but we can't do that at the moment, so we're going to wait for some money to come rolling in, and then we should be able to maybe just build a smaller one. We do need to put aircon units in this one, so that's something that we're going to have to think about, and we have some already very hot students. Anyway, we're looking pretty good for our beginning, and we should have our first few courses rolling in when September comes around. We'll also get our first monthly profit coming in as well, which means we can pop down our dormitory straight away and get on with the other 3 objectives. Monthly profit of $40,000 should be pretty easily attainable, given that we've got 40 students on campus, and they'll immediately start getting some like XP bonuses to kick us off, as well as having dormitories that are bringing in around about $50,000 a year, which is really nice. That's 19 grand right off the bat before we've even started our new courses, and we're looking pretty good. Oh no, yeah, this one's a little bit confusing. Sometimes I feel like it's cumulative, but it's not. It's actually just your highest rated one that they show on that little tab there. So before I put in a new dormitory, I'm actually going to add in these next bits and pieces to take our library up to the next sort of phase. So we're going to put in the bookcases that we have got unlocked, which would be virtual normality, and then we also need robotics. And then I think there's an internet history one. There we go. And the last one will be scientography. Do I have that unlocked? I don't know if I do. It did seem to be locked when I was looking for it, which is strange because I genuinely thought I would have had that one unlocked already. No, we don't. Scientography, that is now unlocked and placed. We'll then put in another like generic bookcase just to finish that whole thing off. That goes in there, and we've nice 34,000 monthly profit already. Okay, next up, what we want to do is we want to put in our cubicles into this library. So we'll put the records cubicle in, and then a couple more like basic studying cubicles as well. right on the end there, and then the internet sort of computer one there as well. Okay, right, that's our library pretty much fleshed out. We could decorate it a little bit more, but it's not too bad. The School of Thought research project. My assumption is we need to build a research lab, so that should be our next target once we've got the dormitory situation sorted. Now what I'm going to do is, you can see down here we've got more buildings, and I'm just wondering if I can actually expand this plot, but I don't know if that's going to be a possibility. We don't have plots either side of this one either, so it looks like this is basically what we have to contend with. We could fill in these little gaps here, giving us enough room, but for now, I'm pretty happy with how it's looking at the moment. Now, we can't put anything on that partition wall, so that is a bit of a shame, but we can definitely make use of the space and get enough bits and pieces in there just to really push everything out a little bit further. It looks like I can fit the guitar behind there, but I'll put the flag in instead. And then the circuit board would be a nice addition as well. That can't go behind anything, so we'll just put the campus map in if we can fit that in. No, that's too small, too large. There we go. If I can just push this up to 9, I think we'll be in a good position. I can't fit a poster in there. And with the aircon unit on the wall there, we can't get anything else like that in. Is there something we can just put down on the floor to help us out?
Hello there, it's Ricky Hawthorne on 2 Point.
I'm just wondering if the fancy hat stand will be... Oh, no, that's gone outside of the room. There. Okay, 88% is pretty good. We'll leave it at that. Right, where we at? We have now upgraded quite a few items, so we're going to continue the upgrades on our lecterns. And I think we can also maybe upgrade the science hub again. No, we can't. But we've got 55 grand in the bank. They want a sci-fi film. We're going to start scheduling stuff in. That would be a really good idea. Crescent bench, which needs to go outside, so we'll just put it here. We'll put it on an angle. And we'll put one opposite it as well. Right there. And then we've also got the bat poster for some strange reason. We must have some goths chilling out in here. We'll put one outside this dormitory. Hot dog kiosk. Right, okay. So our kiosks are going to go here. We'll need to hire an assistant to work in that one. A love bench, which we have to put outside again. And we'll put those right here. So, we need to generate some commercial projects. The School of Thought research project will require a teacher to run the project. So, what we're going to need to do is hopefully get a teacher who we can put in there who will be qualified in the School of Thought. Now, I'm guessing it might be like a scientography one, and we'll just have to see if that's actually correct. Internet history, we've got some, level up 100 students. Great, that gets us some more kudos. And over here, a coffee kiosk has been requested. Can we fit that in right there next to the lecture theatre? No, it doesn't look like we can. Oh, yep, we can. Just excellent. Right, now, do we have an assistant who can work there? Iron bladder, bin blindedness. Sorry, no. What about you? Squeaky clean. Excellent. It looks like we're going to have to move down into this building here, which was always going to be the plan in the end anyway, so we might as well do that now. And then what we can do is start putting some dormitories we can move down into there at the end of this year, which is coming up pretty soon. Our campus level has gone up, which means we can start putting in some upgrades. We'll put our robotics and our internet. Internet history can go up as well. As you can see, it does require new rooms, which is going to be a massive outlay for us, but I'm going to take out a loan anyway. I don't see why that's not going to be a problem. We can just take out a loan, get in some new students, and everything will eventually sort itself out. And at least we can start building very quickly the amount of students we have on campus to increase that monthly profit. Research is also important because it's going to give us the opportunity to upgrade those machines. As you can see here, we've got our Mega Hand Robotics, Science Hub, and VR platform coming in. And we'll just need to get those researched as quickly as possible so we can move on with our upgrades. Now, my assumption is we're going to need to build more of each room, but also you've got to remember we've got the robotics lab that has like a brand new kind of room. We've got some injuries as well, so we're going to have to do something about those very soon. Oh! Easy, we hit our monthly profit and we are at the end of year awards. So if we do well in our awards, we actually might not need that loan. We can put in basic versions of every single room. We won the Academic Excellence Award, which brings us in $5,000, and another $5,000 for Campus of the Year. So we might just be shy of what's required of us to expand this campus. A lecture theatre, robo design, VR lab, and new teachers. I think we could potentially do this. So we're going to jump ahead, do our redevelopment. I'm going to do what I said about moving these dormitories around and stuff, and I will see you once we've finished this development. Well, that took a very long time. I was basically waiting quite a while for my staff to keep refreshing, so I got ones with good traits. But anyway, if you are going to be doing that, I would advise that you do. It's well worth it. I mean, we're not quite sure the size of the effect that staff traits have on things, but you know, when they're moving slower than most or having to take more frequent food or drink breaks, it's well worth making sure that you get the staff that eliminate that. And you can do that at the end of your academic year. Just refresh your entire staff, because ones with bad traits are okay for like an emergency hire is needed, but other than that, it's not worth having them, and you might as well wait while there's no money coming out of the account and stuff so you can get that sort of thing done. Anyway, we now have another lecture theatre. I'm going to go over here first and show you this. Lecture theatre down here and a new VR lab in there as requested. And then over here, I moved the dormitories, put another couple in and deleted the emergency dormitory that I built. My research lab's still here. We have a small toilet and a small shower block there. Then over here in the main body of the campus, we have our fully kitted out robotics design lab. I then added a few more into the robo construction lab so that that course now has everything it needs to be a success for all of the students. Every time they have an assignment, they will be able to find something that they can use to complete that assignment. We've also got, obviously, the scientography lab is the same, and the VR labs are exactly the same as well. I moved and extended the staff room using a blueprint that I had, and then put another shower cubicle in here. Obviously, there's still going to be a few things that are required for our students when they have assignments and stuff, and you can already see we have no private tuition or pastoral care or medicals yet. But we're going to start our new year, and we have also unlocked this School of Thought. So we're going to put that in now. That's going to tank our money, but that's okay. Our average dormitory rating has dropped to 75%, but that's because we need to build another one to take us back up. So once we get our first lot of cash coming in for the year, we'll then make a start on expanding that and putting a brand new dormitory in. Okay, so we have our first student thinking about dropping out. They're sad, they're bored stiff, which is caused by low entertainment, and they have lab throat, which they contracted in a science lab. Also, just to note, they've got bin blindness as well, so they're probably responsible for a lot of the litter that happens here, so I don't really care if they go. How's that, Muffin Titan? That's not your real name. I'm onto you, Muffin. I'm going to favourite you, and we'll see how you get on this year. Right, anyway, let's do something about this. So we have our pastoral care room and our medical lab over here, but we don't have anybody to work in them. We do have a medically trained assistant who just doesn't appear to be showing up for work. But we have a couple here, none of them particularly good, that can work in pastoral support. So what I'm going to do is, I'm going to hire Randolph Dredd for now. We'll put you in, and then we'll just have you work in pastoral care. The next thing we can do is potentially put in a club, as well as building our student lounge. So what I'm going to do is, I'm going to put some club sign-ups in, and the clubs that we're going to need, probably to begin with, we're going to go with, we want something to make them happy. So, we are going to have the Nature Club stand go in. We'll put that here. And then also, just to drive our profits up a little bit, we'll go with the Book Club stand. We've got no assistants working in those things, but we'll be able to put them in and they'll residually get sign-ups. Next, we'll pop a student lounge in, just to provide a little bit of entertainment. And that's what I'm going to build in here. So it needs to be a minimum of a 3x3. And we'll just pop it along there, and then that's a small student lounge, a little corridor here. It's not so much of an issue because it only goes to a dormitory and the shower blocks. I like to avoid having stuff like this, though, where we have tiny little corridors, but for now, I think this will do fine. We put a bin right there in the middle of the room, so nobody should miss it, apart from those with bin blindness. I'm looking at you, good sir, Muffin. Right, okay. As we have that done, we can now put in a student lounge party, so we're going to schedule that in as soon as we can, and then we will get back onto it. So we have another one here who's thinking of dropping out. They're in pastoral care right now, which should sort out their happiness. They're tired, they're bored and sad, but that's not too much of an issue. They will be sorted eventually. Right, we're going to set up a sci-fi film again. And then we have a VR projector required in the VR lab, so we can unlock that now and we can put that in there. Bat poster. Seriously, you can't reach the bat poster? We've got one outside of a dormitory. What are you talking about? The next requirement is going to be a student union. And I do actually have a blueprint for one saved, so we're going to put that one in now. And it should fit in right here. It's pretty sizable, so we shouldn't have much of an issue with fitting this in, and hopefully students will be able to fill that very quickly. We just have an issue with the door's location here, so we're going to delete the door. We're going to move the hand sanitizer to the other side there, and then we can put the door in right there. Lots of invalid collisions coming up, but I've had this problem before. There we go. Right, okay, that's gone in. Actually going to increase the number of teachers I can have working in my research lab. That should help things speed up a little bit. A student union party, we will definitely schedule that in for you lot. But we're looking really good. We just need to get that School of Thought course done. And we're looking nice for finishing off this level finishing off the 1-star objectives very strongly. What I could do now is actually future-proof things by bringing in a couple more teachers, because they can then help with that School of Thought course moving along a little bit quicker. And again, we're just looking for good traits. We don't want anyone who's got negative traits. Just having a quick look again, we're going to need 6 new teachers and 6 new rooms. So it's going to be a good idea to just let things build this time. And at the end of the year, we'll know what we need to improve about the campus. We're 50% of the way through that School of Thought, and we have almost upgraded all of our items. That's 9 of 10, and we just get this Omnicure upgraded, and we will have completed that objective as well. And as we come towards the end of the year, the tasks that we're going to need to do really just include probably air conning everywhere is going to be a good idea. I'll need to see what rooms we need to put in place, but I think we're looking pretty good for this. We've managed to build a nice campus. It's looking pretty strong. We have just about all of the tools we need for these courses to actually be a success. Let's have a quick look at internet history. They still need a lot more stuff, which, you know, is to be expected. Virtual normality is fine. So these 3 courses are tweaked out now, basically. They've got everything they need. It's just internet history that's going to become a bit of a problem moving forward. But a lot of the stuff in those things we can just put in as they are requested. We've got quite a few new buildings that we can pop down on this plot of land, but generally at the back here, there's nothing we can really do. And my thought is actually to move everything down to this area, which is a little bit more, I don't know, I guess it's a bit more attractive. And having all of my courses up here, there's this long walk between buildings, whereas down here I could put everything and pool it into one nice area. Wow, that's a lot of stuff that we're going to need to build. Let's have a look at what awards we've won first. 1 person dropped out, but we've got 104 continuing with a 99% pass rate. We won the award for academic excellence for having a very good average grade of A. King of Hearts. Contribution to research. Campus of the year. Really good year for us, that one. Shame about that singular dropout, but other than that, we're looking pretty good. So our School of Thought research is at 67%. We've upgraded 9 of 10 items with one of our final one almost halfway. We've got one unhappy student. We're going to ignore that for now because I've got a lot of redevelopment to do. So once again, we're going to redevelop, then jump through to the tour section and I'll tell you what we've done. Okay, we are back. We took out another loan, so as you can see, we have 2 loans on the go now, but that's not too much of an issue. We will recover them. Next year, we're not going to be upgrading our courses at all. We're just going to leave things as they are. And right here, we have expanded this building here so we can fit in 2 more dormitories. We've also made a little bit of an expansion on this side where our research is because we're going to put a training room in there. Over here, very much the same, nothing has changed. And then down here, we've managed to squeeze in all of our other rooms. So we have a second and, well, third and fourth lecture room. Or is it fourth and fifth? Fourth and fifth lecture room. Then we have a new VR lab, another computer lab, the robo construction, and the science lab. We've also hired all of the teachers that we need, so we're going to begin our new year. And this is going to be the year when we finish off our 1-star objectives, because we have an upgrade that's almost complete here, and this School of Thought research project will be completed very quickly. We're just dealing with a couple of pastoral support issues still, but that shouldn't be too much of an issue. Generally, the happiness is starting to improve. It's at 62%, but we could really do with fitting aircon units throughout the campus, and I'll be doing that in probably a mid-year break of some description. We have the Nature Club requiring an allotment. I don't actually have anywhere to put that, I don't think. It could go in there, I guess. Again, based off what happened in the last level, the Spy level, I don't really want to make adjustments to the path too much because I really like it, and last time when I did that, it wasn't a good a good outcome really. We do need to improve our accommodation rating. That's going to be something we'll need to think about, and I have earmarked this plot for an expansion, or we could get rid of this nice little pathway here and bring this room right down to here. Student lounge party's been requested. I can't set that up yet because we've got to wait for the end of this month to get our first round of income. And I think we're going to do speed walking next. That's going to be a good idea. But other than that, we're looking pretty good, and this 1-star objective should be done very soon. Our Omnicure is 3/4 of the way to the upgrade, and our School of Thought research project is looking really good as well. So we've got some requests here. We're going to leave them for now because I want to set up these events. Although we made enough money, I think we could actually do them both. Let's put the allotment in. Now, can I get it in here? Oh, damn. No. And I don't really want to adjust that, so we're going to leave it. Where can we fit the allotment now? Well, pardon me for building a brand new plot. We're going to build it with the buildings. And then we've got these things required. As soon as we get to the next month, we'll be able to put those in. The Omnicure's taken a while. Our campus has leveled up to 21, so that's looking really good as well. And this is now done. So what can we got? We got 6, 21,000, $26,000, and then ideally a new dormitory or 2, which is going to cost us, I think, that's probably about 50 grand. I don't know if we can actually fit it in here, so we may need to expand this building as well. That is a small building. But we'll see how we get on at the end of the month. Hopefully, once this is done, we can kind of just smooth things over and let things slow down a little bit and get all of our aircon units put in place, because temperature is still a major issue on campus. I think what I might do is I might expand this building a little bit so it sticks back onto that and have that completely surrounded. It's a really nice little thing, but it's now a little bit lopsided now that there's no grass on either side of it. What is that? Is that someone thrown... Is that what I think it is? Somebody appears to have thrown a turd out of a window.
In the news today, local film star Roger
Oh my god. Right, okay, we've got that building in place. Okay, let's copy this dormitory. Dear me, some of the things you see on campus, eh? Am I right, guys? Am I right? Anyway, cringed at myself a little bit there. We'll put this dormitory in here. And then it's not quite the shape that I want, but I'm going to put another one down here. I suppose we could put some, like, another little toilet in there. So let's do that, actually. Copy that, put that down there. And then we can maybe put a little shower in on that side, and then we've just got this weird little area there. But we've got a Bungle tech evaluation. We'll let them come in, and we can put in... I'm going to start with my analog server, and that's going to need to go in both of these rooms. You can see there's litter everywhere, so we need bins, and we need aircon. That is the goal for the rest of this year. And then potentially once we get to, well, 1-star objective completion, I'll do a little bit of redevelopment. Because here I'm seeing little areas where I can put in new buildings. We can get rid of that path altogether, extend this a lot so that it's looking a lot nicer. We've got a couple of things requested here, the big book and the allotment. We can put the allotment there, and I'd quite like to keep it there, but that kind of makes this path a little bit obsolete. And what I might actually do is, if these two are actually adjoining now and I can build, I could just extend this building all the way along and make this a little bit of a quad, and then we can get rid of this. Just make a couple of adjustments left, right and centre to make everything look a little bit nicer. And that is the School of Thought research project done. We have completed our 1-star objectives. We've unlocked the windsock picture. And our next is to have 30 level 13 students and an attractive rating of 75%, which isn't actually too bad. I'm quite surprised that that's an objective. We could actually achieve this very quickly. But I'm not going to ponder on that too much because this episode is now complete. I hope you've enjoyed it. Next time around we'll be back, and I may have done a little bit of work on this set of buildings in particular just to finish it all off. I'm going to build this now empty, and then we could maybe do a nice big redevelopment of this area here and make this our basic student hub and leave this as a staff hub where we can do training and stuff. We have a lot of staff members ready for training, so we'll leave that until next time. What I'll do is I'll do this development work, and I will see you next time on 2 Point Campus. Thanks for watching, guys, and I will see you later. Bye bye.